Hey, I'm Elisa Parker. We're broadcasting from the Wild and Scenic Film Festival in Nevada City. It's the largest film festival of its kind, or one of the largest film festivals of its kind. And it's full of action, adventure, environmental solutions. That's a big part of Wild and Scenic, is to look at the solutions, because I think that's important right now. We need to not just know what the issues are, but we need to know what are we going to do about it. And then, of course, the adventure. And sometimes all of those are combined. You might have heard last night I chatted with Eric Wilburn. He's also known as the Fixer, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We're going to talk a little bit about that. The film is called Namuli. And Eric, first of all, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Media Lounge.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
It's good to have you. Okay, tell us about Namuli.
So Namuli is Mozambique's second highest mountain. It's up in the north in a pretty rural area, and it's about 3 hours from where I was located in the Peace Corps in 2014, which is how I got engaged with this film and kind of the movement that's evolved from it.
Cool. So, I mean, you were in the Peace Corps, literally just 2 years ago.
Yeah, I guess I finished up service about 2 years ago now.
And you said Micah Bernhardt is one of the creators. She's been here before. She's an extraordinary woman herself.
She is. She's a great role model.
So tell us about the process of making this film, too, because in knowing her, she knows how to, pick these remote areas and creating some kind of magic experience and climbing and how that connects to the community. So what was that experience like?
Yeah, so Micah... I'll start with Micah. Got actually a photo from a friend of a Mozambican Inselberg, which is these granite monoliths in northern Mozambique, and she said, I want to climb that. And the more she kind of looked online and read about previous biodiversity studies that were there, she realized that instead of just climbing it, she wanted to bring a group of scientists to the mountain and also a community engagement team to kind of learn more about what biodiversity and natural wealth is there, and then what are maybe some of the threats to it or kind of interactions between community and upper elevation. So she actually did a Kickstarter, funded it entirely via Kickstarter, and brought together a team of 20 scientists, climbers, community engagement people, and fixers like me to come in and make the expedition run.
So did you meet her in Mozambique, or where did you guys meet each other?
We met on Twitter.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
That was the first time that we
Nice.
met. She actually reached out to me. I had posted about Mount Namuli because I climbed it via a non-technical route.
I was going to ask you if you did you climb?
I did some jugging up the first part and
Okay.
then took the non-technical route up, whereas she took a couple of the scientists up the technical route.
You didn't go that way.
I am not a climber.
You're not a climber.
That is not my
Eric's
jam.
not a climber, but he is a fixer. Tell us about how you got the term fixer.
So,
because I was like, how do you get a job with that title? It's an awesome title.
Yeah, so essentially they didn't have anybody who spoke Portuguese and lived in Mozambique on the squad, so she invited me to come along, and I ended up doing a lot of the logistics. So, for example, we had to get 20 people and 60 big Osprey duffel bags into the mountain, with all the film gear and scientific gear, and so I kind of organized hiring 30 motorbikes and local community members to come out, pick us all up, and take us all in on a 30-kilometer single-track muddy trail. And actually, Micah's husband, Peter, at one point took a head-on with a tree.
Wow.
Fortunately, everybody was fine.
How did you fix that?
We actually took the tire, and we took it from its 90-degree angle back to its close to zero, flat angle to get us back out. This is on the way out.
Okay.
But we all made it in and out safely.
Since it's wild and scenic, what's one of the wildest things that happened in that experience?
So,
in addition to, one of your work partners hitting a tree.
I mean, I think the most wild thing was we at one point had our entire team at the top of the mountain. The climbers had come up via the technical route, and the rest of our 10 to 15 of us also came up on the also very scary but not needing gear. Well, possibly needing gear, but we didn't use it to get to the top, and it was just a really kind of amazing experience having everybody at the top of the mountain looking out over the upper elevation rainforest that we're now working so hard to protect. So kind of just seeing that and having a moment of clarity. Okay, we're kind of seeing what why we're here, and now we're going to think about how we can start engaging in it.
Cool. So how did you start engaging?
So we first made the film, and the film has actually galvanized a lot of action in Mozambique. So we've shown it to a lot of high-level government officials, and Mount Namuli is now named as one of 2 priority conservation areas for Mozambique in their national agenda for conservation, which is incredible. And Micah and I have started up Legato, which is a social venture that is focused on creating a community-based conservation area for Mount Namuli in Mozambique.
That's awesome, Eric. That's amazing. Okay, Eric's also going to Stanford, and you're getting your MS, but then you're also going to, what are you going to get in public policy?
Yeah, the recent election has motivated me to get a Master of Arts in Public Policy at Stanford now.
Cool. What do you want to say to everyone about why it's so important to be on the edge, to take that leap, and to get engaged right now? And they're right there.
Well, I think it's just an incredible opportunity that we have to really make our voice heard through whatever means we have of doing that. So here it's through film. And I'd like to take this opportunity to really reach out to Wild and Scenic and make a proposal. I would love to see in future years if we could get some youth here. I see a lot of people who are really engaged in the environment already, and I think it's really important that we engage people who are still forming their opinions and how they interact and value their environment in the future. And I think this is an incredible space, and the films here are fantastic, and I'd love to expose more people to that.
Very cool. Thanks so much, Eric. Eric Wilburn, and the film is called Namuli. And when is it? Did it screen already? When's it screening?
It did screen today, and it's screening tomorrow at 1:30.
So you can still catch it tomorrow at 1:30. Thanks so much, Eric. It was a pleasure to have you on. Thanks for all the great work you're doing, too.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's great. Thanks, Eric. That's very cool. You're making things happen.